eating much more healthily, and I've become much more active. In fact, I go so far as to say that with exercise, it has totally transformed my life. And that's why I can stand up from the floor fairly rapidly. Chris thinks I've lost the plot and joins an exercise cult, and he's become profoundly negative towards the entire notion of organised exercise. There are culty aspects to exercise, but I think we don't discuss enough the harm that it does, the injuries it causes, the inadequacy it generates, how much people are made to hate it when they're young, the money it costs everyone, it's an industry, the guilt around it, the unused gym memberships, the sense that there is this moral aspect to it that is something you should be doing. Everything you're saying seems to play into the hands of everyone who wants you to not exercise. And you know what, there is no point in exercise, but there's much more money in getting you to sit down and watch TV or look at a screen or sit at your desk all day. You've got you being part of an argument that says, hey mate, it's fine to sit down. And I don't think it is. You used to sound like everyone else in your cult. Everyone in a cult thinks that they're not in a cult. No, I think my cult. Everyone in a cult thinks that their cult's the place to be. Why call it an organised religion? This is a thorough examination of Doctors Chris and Sam. Exercise has an image problem. I think it's joyful, brilliant, fun, pretty easy and incredibly good for you in the short and the long term. But for many people it's PE lessons, humiliating sessions, even if it's leading to an image problem, it's incredibly difficult to live. To me, it's obvious that you should all work of the four things that affect your health: tobacco, alcohol, diet and exercise. It's exercise that we rarely talk about. And like this, not enough of us are doing it. In fact, I'd go so far as to argue we have a crisis of inactivity in the UK. That's what I want to explore in this series. Persuaded Chris to come along on this journey with me and speak to a whole host of exercise experts, but translating it into action in his own life, which is what I wanted to do. I think what we're going to find is it just makes me tired and a bit injured and irritates my family. That's what I'm thinking. This is episode 1, The Miracle Cure. Scarlett, how are you? My first expert has arrived. Professor Scarlett McNally is a consultant orthopedic surgeon with a special interest in the benefits of exercise for bones, for aging bones, and for the NHS as a whole. I wanted Chris to meet her to see if she could turn me around. Hi Scarlett. In the short journey from the front door to my living room, Scarlett wasted no time in introducing us to an exercise that is designed to strengthen legs and develop Chris's affluent muscles.
Okay, so this is called sit to stand. And this is how many, if you sit on a chair, and how many times you can stand up in 1 minute. Foot to foot count and talk at the same time.
Very aggressive squats while you're doing it. Why do you want to squat?
I've done before. So I must do about 10, 15 now. Just standing up, sitting down from this chair. And it's what anyone can do, any age. It's pretty easy, I'm a good chair.
Everyone does have a good chair. Come on, let's have a go. Come on, I want to. So what is there a sort of good number?
Some people do 20, some people do 40. What we're trying to do is to get older people fitter for operations. Because if you're going to have an operation, you want to get out of hospital the same day the next day. You don't want to be staying forever because you can't get out, get out of body. You end up in a vicious cycle.
Standing up is an incredibly important, very basic life skill. Most of us take it for granted. But I'm interested to see how Chris gets on with this.
Okay, you ready?
Scarlett's done something that I could never do. She's made Chris exercise. She hasn't even given him time to think of an excuse not to. I'm using counter. Scarlett did. The first few seconds of squats seemed fine, but the minute is now beginning to I can't really talk, and I stopped me on it too. How did you do that? You just found it around, kept talking about that.
It's only 1 minute. I kind of learnt about it in order to try and give some patients something I could do. But I get out on my bike every day, and it's similar kind of muscles, and everyone can think of it and get out of the chair without using their hands. And if we can do that when we're middle-aged and a bit older, then when we're really old, we're able to depend on other people or depending on walking aids in order to get from one place to another.
It's a very functional thing, being able to get out of a chair without using your arms.
It's to do with also social care. We can't afford social care in the UK. We're projected to require 10 years of social care. We can't afford that. And actually, this is what costs them just money, because 70% of the spend on many of which push them down with exercise.
So this is what I want to understand. It's not just that exercise keeps us younger for longer. It's essential if our health services don't continue to function.
We simply cannot afford to have this many people physically inactive, requiring extra health care, requiring social care, if that might not have been needed at all.
Why do you think it's so difficult to get out of a chair without using their arms?
It's culture, habit, how we do things, and basically this generation grew up with a car. You know, there was always someone's car, television and remote control, things being more mechanised. You know, everyone was turning out the washing, put it in and press the button. You know, this generation came through that and didn't see it as a problem.
The NHS, the World Health Organization, governments around the world, including our own, all agree on a minimum amount of exercise to reduce our risk of death. Everyone should be doing 150 minutes per week of moderate exercise. That's 2.5 hours. It might sound like a lot, but it's only about 20 minutes a day. Just walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, anything that gets you slightly out of breath. Find your thing.
The critical thing is you've got to have it so that it's just what you do.
Time is a real barrier for many of us though. Even finding 20 minutes, along with putting on the shoes, the extra laundry, showering and so on, it's not that easy. And it's a problem for Chris. It's not even looking for time for exercise. Like many of us in middle age, he has it's hard to say in this particular challenge. How would I describe your dress? It's shocking. Hold on, genuinely stunning about. Let me try and do this. Because it is left the house and stuff. What we're wearing is maxi bottoms that at this point are not recognizable as items of clothing. They are more old and flexible. Like these, they're not clean. And we have so many holes in the baseline jumper that you have to add a jumper on top of it just to cover the holes. We have quite a serious amount of problems in our house. And that is nothing to do with me. But I most feel now your level of interest in your ability is actually good. Like presented television program. I think, yeah, and the dress sense is part of a general lack of how I look, yes. Which I'm saying is a reduction in my personal vanity. I wonder if I sort of got in shape if I then have to, buy some more clothes as well. My point is just this lack of regard for yourself and the way you dress and your physical health is all part of the package. It's quite hard to pretend to wonder. It's like if I could go clean in white teeth, it wouldn't match my tracksuit bottoms. I very much take this bare minimum approach to life, which I can sell you as practical. You could also accuse me of making. Chris is complacent and slightly into middle age. This is commonly all slow down as we get older, but does he, even as a doctor, really understand the dangers of inactivity? And Professor Scarlett McNally is the New Yorker 2015 report called Exercise for Miracle Cure, arguing that the lack of physical activity is extremely dangerous, leading to an epidemic of failing bodies, a broken class, and the social care crisis.
We've collected all the evidence for how exercise reduces your risk of conditions. So if you exercise 150 minutes a week, you reduce your risk of dementia by 30%. Type
2 hours, little over 2 hours. 2.5 hours of exercise. It's walking or jogging. It's not doing anything too hardcore. And you reduce your risk of dementia by 30%.
correct. Type 2 diabetes by 40%, high blood pressure around 50%, depression by 30%. So what we did was collected data showing that. So that's why we call this report exercise and maybe to put it really well. Because all the people that come to take it, which is going to get dementia, they take it. And this is
and we don't, to be clear, we really don't have any memory. Feels to me, as someone who's been talking about recently been active exercise at all, like a completely normal thing, nothing at all. To get in, order some takeaway, or at least peel the foil packet off the food, put it in the microwave, and then sit down. And
the biggest change in this is moving from doing nothing, which is 25% of the population, to doing just something, and that reduces your risk of death by 10-15% really quickly. Just if you add in something else to that's a massive effect. It's really, really worth doing.
Several years have passed without really so what's stopping me? Because I feel like I don't understand. Why don't we all just instinctively do this? Do we understand the pain inside ourselves?
Basically, we just do what is easy, we do what we like doing, and we think it's a long-term game. We don't realise it's really is a short-term game. So we think, oh, I ought to be healthy because in this time it means I'm less likely to have high blood pressure or heart attack. But you don't realise that it will actually improve your ability to function next week. It really does have an impact that
I actually think it's even more complicated than that. As long as I wasn't exercising much, I could pretend there was no problem. But when I started exercising, I found it very confronting. It's not just that exercise makes you feel weak and tired and out of breath and vulnerable. Of course exercise confronts you with your limitations. But your attempt to get healthy is sort of a reminder that eventually you're going to die. I think this might be a bit hesitant about it. It's even when you're anxious about exercise, that's hard to get in. A lot of people feel, oh, well, I'm hurt my knee replacements. Are you doing knee replacements or people doing too much running? Is that a risk factor?
no, in fact, the opposite is true. You're more likely to get knee replacement if you're not doing that much exercise. It's not a and the risks of harm are so much less than the risks of benefit, but it doesn't feel like that. And I've seen some stuff about cycling, and the risk of damage from road traffic collision or from pollution is 10 times less than the benefits of being active.
Even though you might get knocked off your bike.
So the risk of getting knocked off your bike or having excess pollution from being active is so much less than the benefits of being healthy. And people don't like the risks, but they've got it out of proportion.
When I started exercising, I was extremely fit, and I found it terrifying. I literally felt like I might get very injured or that I might die on a run. And what you're doing when you exercise is sort of injury. When you lift your weight, you tear your muscles. When you run or jump, your bones and cartilage get jarred. But those stresses are what makes you exercise good. They tell your body to heal strength, to make repairs that are better than before, so your muscles get stronger and your bones get denser. So this is easy to explain. difficult and stressful. So when you hear no pain, no gain, a lot of us just think, well, maybe I can manage without the gain. I can't seem to log on to the peculiar thing about exercise is that even if we're not doing it now, we somehow believe we might be different in the future. We'll go to the gym, or we'll do some yoga, or in Chris's case, we'll do the massive charity run that he's registered for. I signed up for a marathon, half marathon, that I signed up for over a year ago.